everyone, welcome to Burn Pilates. My name is Lydia and today I'm going to be leading you through a mat flow that you can do from anywhere. I'm currently in the private Burn Pilates studio space and I've transformed this reformer to be a mat of sorts so that I can use what I have from where I'm at to get in a burn. Welcome to your mat flow, set up with a mat, with space, keep some water close by, and let's get right into our class together. Welcome. Just setting up on your back, making sure that you have your feet separated, hip bone width and distance, arms plugging down into your ground and floor, collarbones wide. Take a full breath into your nose. Feel your lungs expand into your rib cage and exhale through your mouth. Navel to spine, arms plugging down. On your next breath in, lift your hips all the way up off the mat and exhale, contract through your glutes. Plug your shoulders down into your mat and feel your floor activate through your triceps now. Neck is long. On your next inhale, lower down in a neutral pelvis, stretching your spine long, and exhale, engaging through your glutes, taking your bridge up, stretching the fronts of your hips, opening up. Inhale, exhale. Deep breath in. Feel where your heels all the way through your toes are activating into your mat. Hold your hips all the way up right here. Inhale to stay. Exhale, walking out. You want to align your knee up right over top of your hip bone. And at the same time, feel where your hips are holding that firm parallel. Inhale. Exhale. The more your arms and upper body are active, the more you will feel the work in your muscles that you want to be strong for good posture and support. Keep transferring the weight through not just your heel, but the toes of your foot through the full support of lowering your heel down and that arch lengthening activity of finding the resistance to the floor. Finish with one last walk out here. Take a full breath in as you hold your hips up a little higher and exhale, release down one vertebrae at a time. Lengthen your spine, inhale, neutral pelvis, and exhale, rolling through imprint, lifting up. Essentially massaging your spine, trying to feel every part of your vertebra. Feel how your stomach muscles have to contract, suction cup your abdominal wall into your spine to help the hips lift. Plug your shoulders down, breathe in, and exhale. From here, roll through your imprint spine, lift up into your bridge. Hold the position one last time, plug your shoulders down into your mat. Taking your right leg all the way up, full stretch towards your ceiling. We're gonna lower the leg down. As you lower, flex your foot, inhale to lower, and exhale, kick to lift. Stopping your right thigh in a full stretch like a candlestick long to the ceiling. Exhale. Let's go for a last set of 3. Keep your hips level for 2. Exhale. Last 1. Plugging your right foot all the way down through the floor. First, lower your hips down. Feel a neutral pelvis, sacrum heavy into the floor. Fill up with breath and exhale. Roll through your imprint spine, lifting all the way back up into your bridge, setting up, left leg stretching long. Plug your shoulders down to the mat, hips staying level. Inhale to lower, flex. Exhale to lift, stretch. You're controlling from your abdominal wall and your obliques and transverse. Exhale, activating through your leg muscles to stretch as you lift. Push down heavier into the floor. Breathe in through tabletop. Lower your left foot down and exhale, neutral pelvis. Lower your sacrum and glide your fingertips on your mat. Find your abdominal prep. Lengthen to your neck. If you need to look from side to side, look from side to side. Take your legs up into tabletop. And from here, single leg stretch. Start to get an active recruitment of your abs. Start to feel the resistance that you're creating as you move through space. Go for a last of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs together, full stretch up to the ceiling, lower down, shoulders relaxed, palms flat. Just flex and point, keeping your tailbone heavy, neutral pelvis, ribs knitted in. Let's go for 8, 7. As you work through your flexion, never feel like you have to go as fast as I am counting and working. Listen to your own body. Flex your feet, take a full breath in, hold your parallel, grow longer through your hamstrings, and on your exhale, externally rotate, heels together, toes apart. Breathe in, rotate back to parallel, exhale, rotate to external. Feel this work from all the way up high in your hips, and go for a last set of 3. Deep breath in, and exhale. Last set of 2, and exhale. Keeping your heels in external rotation, bend your knees, find a Pilates V, collarbones and shoulders plugging into your mat. Take a full breath in, and exhale, double leg stretch, pointing your toes at the end. You can go all the way out onto any choice of diagonal, making sure that your hips are staying stable from your abs. Plug right away your collarbones into width. Exhale, stretch and reach. Modify if you need to go higher. Challenge yourself if you want to go lower. Go for a last one and stretch. Taking your legs all the way through your Pilates V. Close your thighs into that parallel and open back up. Rotating your tabletop position, finding that connection through your inner thighs as you squeeze in, and then opening and rotating up, activating through how your heels can push into center. Go for a last set of 3 and exhale. Last 2 and exhale. Last one, take your toes into a point, not on up. Let's go to 100, legs together. You can keep your knees bent, or you can stretch out as you exhale. Keep the stretch if you want, or hold the bend, or play around. You can also externally rotate. If you feel your hip flexors starting to really give out, take that external rotation, squeeze into your glutes, contract through the legs. Ooh, nice little bit of endurance for the abs. Go for a last set of 20. Last 10. Strong arms, exhale, reach on out. And as you take your knees in towards your sternum, let your head relax. Start to draw circles. Guide your legs with your hands and arms so that you're not just allowing your bones to rock in and out of alignment. You want to feel that you're able to guide this movement in a safe place of release without hyperflexing or extending. When you're ready, just reverse the direction and try to stabilize your tailbone. Instead of letting your hips roll in and out, I'm exaggerating on camera, keep your tailbone stable. Keep your ribcage knitted, and always work for that abdominal support training in a neutral pelvis. Taking your feet all the way down to your mat. If it feels good to give yourself a little windshield wiper action as well through the hips, you can do this. When you're ready, legs stopping in center, reach your arms all the way back, extend. And exhale, pinkies towards your thighs. Nodding up as your arms pass through center, taking your hamstrings and Pilates roll all the way up. Sit your tailbone back and just give yourself a stretch. Just letting your head relax. See if you can get a bit heavier in your stretch. Slowly unraveling, making your way all the way up into full length of your spine. Stretch your arms back, interlace your fingers, and open up through your chest. And then just release. We're going to set up on our left side first, taking your left forearm down to your mat. If you want to have your body supported in any alternative, you can always have your head down on your arm. You can have your head on your hand. The idea is to have oblique engagement through your left side. So I like personally to feel that I'm able to push away from the mat to have that sense of lift. I am going to pick for myself, because my neck's a bit sore today, the position where my head is down. Your left obliques are lifted because you are pushing your right hip down. Your knees are forward and your feet should be stacked in the alignment of your tailbone for a clam. Open and close. And just keeping this soft, ribs knitted together, training that left hip to stay stacked with your right. Just feeling this movement here as you open and close, coming from the glute, coming from your abductor muscles. Notice how you can support length through your neck and keep feeling that you are again drawing length through your spine by activating your left obliques. It's the idea of getting your left hip further and further away from your rib. Go for a last set of 3. Exhale for 2. And last one here. You're going to take your leg up. You're going to bring your thigh to a parallel position, foot lifts, and then lowers. So externally rotating from a different angle and a different point of stability. Where we had the feet stable before together, now your knee is holding its position in space as you articulate that parallel through the hip, spiraling the leg right up to your hip socket using your glute. Deep breath in and exhale. Try to stop that rotation right in parallel so your knees are like headlights of a car. We're going to go for a last set of 4, 3, last 2, last 1. From here, knee to knee, toes to toes. And it could be also heel to heel. You could also have your foot maybe go slightly behind. Try to find the rotation from the hip where you're not sinking in your left side. Oh yeah. We are sculpting and carving that glute. Knee to knee, toes to toes. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Final set of 3. Last set of 2. Last 1. Knee to knee, toes to toes. Relax down. Give yourself a momentary release. Anything that feels good for you, give it to your body. If it's a stretch, if it's tapping out, you do you. I always like to do a little bit of a stretch before I move on, so if you want to take a sip of water or just hold any stretch that you're in, give yourself that chance to sink your hips down, find length in your spine, focus on stretching and opening up to your collarbones and really increasing the length by almost sticking your tailbone out more. Take a full breath in and exhale. We're going to set up right away, legs long. You're going to take your feet, bring them together into a Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. Stretch your arms forward, shoulders roll back and down. Now you're trying to hold your leg extension at the point that your heels are staying attached. So you don't want to straighten your thighs out if you have hyperextension to the point that your heels separate. So just note that for your own body. Shoulders rolling back. If you need to modify, sit cross-legged or sit on a chair. Breathe in. On your exhale, open your left arm, twist your upper body, feel your arms stretch all the way out in opposition, right arm staying over top of your right thigh. Same thing with the left arm, inhale, shoulders back. Following the range of motion that you can control in both directions without exaggerating. Exhale. Grow taller, sit your sit bones down. And switching here towards the right arm. Exhale, opening up against your body, following your fingertips. Shoulders back, and exhale, squeeze your heels together. You want to work your pelvic floor muscles, work your abs. That's how we get core engagement. It's from different parts of the body, working into the body, push your heels in, in. Take a full breath in, shoulders down, open your arms to the side. And on your exhale, I want you to elevate your shoulders up to your ears, thumbs touch. Full shoulder elevation, open up your arms to the side and feel your lats engage, shoulders depress. Inhale, elevate, reach, reach, reach. Squeeze your heels, sit tall on your sit bones, engage your glutes. Feel the length you cultivate. Last time. Reach taller, ribs, finding that stretch away from your hips. Take your arms all the way down. We're gonna set up right away for our second side. Making your way down again. Could be forearm, could be hand under head, whatever feels best for your posture. You wanna feel right away where as you're on your right side, that you have the same setup as before. Your right obliques are cinched in. Your left hip is pressing down from the left rib. Create that space, stack your hips. Feet are together in alignment with the tailbone. Knees are forward, and from here, we're going right away into our clam. Starting at the lowest point, mobilizing through that left hip, activating through the left glute and the inner thigh and the abs. Everything is really working here. And that's the goal, is that the more in tune that you get with your body, the more you want to activate it from the get-go in all of the ways, posture, the precision, the quality of your movement, getting into the glute as you lift, getting into the inner thigh as you lower, feeling your abs stay contracted in length in both directions, finding that stability through your hips and ribs, pushing your right thigh down, lengthening your neck, ribs knitted in, shoulders away from ears, everything. I know that's a lot of information, but I want you to just feel your movement, try to find the connection, keep breathing in as you lower, exhale as you open. Create that resistance for yourself. I was
just becoming conscious of how your neck is right now. Feel it lengthen out.
Feedback in both directions. Go for a last sit here of 3. Make sure you have that little mouse house of space underneath your right side for 2. Last one. Take your right leg, open it up, pick up your foot to parallel. Your knee stays stable, and from here, you are rotating still through the hip, taking that external rotation as you bring your foot down, your knee stays stable. It's just rotating up and then forward. Exhale and inhale. Try to feel exactly where your bones are rotating in the joints from your muscles, connecting the movement. This is where you're making your movement mindful, brain to body. Breathe in and exhale. If ever you need to give yourself a little bit more proprioceptive feedback, touch the part of your body that you need to turn on more intentionally. My left side is my less dominant side. So sometimes I have to go, okay, lefty, feel it, baby. Like, let's just get right into it. Take your leg through this rotation for a last set of 2. Last one. We're gonna go right away, knee to knee, toes to toes. Don't lose that space underneath your right obliques. Internal rotation and external, following the joints and resisting from the bottom right side. Push your right leg and hip into the carriage to keep your right obliques lifted. Find that opposition, control the movement quality, and even slow it down if you need. Feels different on the second side. There's always those light little differences. Notice them, acknowledge them, and keep this going. Last set of 4, 3, 2, right oblique staying cinched in. Last one. Take a full breath in and release. Give yourself a momentary tap out. And again, do what feels best for you. But when you're ready, definitely give your body a stretch. In whatever shape, way, or form, you want to feel that you're able to always reset and also calm down. Tap into just releasing that parasympathetic nerve, getting your body again to get to that place of almost trusting that you're done. You almost want your body physically to think that it's done, so that when it has to restart the engine, right away you become more efficient, more effective, and you use a bit more gas. You get a little bit more of that burn on instantaneously from having to activate from a place of reset. We are going to make our way all the way into all fours, set up, making sure that your knees are supported for you. If you are working in limited space today, like me, and you need to have a cushion, you could also use a rolled up towel. Just make sure your knees are supported. Have your knees stacked underneath your hip bones, hip width and distance. And from here, extend your right leg all the way out, right into a full stretch in parallel. Hip is facing the floor. Activate through your lats now. And extend your left arm in opposition, palm to floor. You're just holding this position, stretching your neck, lengthening it out. Rib cage knitted together, spine is long. Increase the stretch potential of your right leg by engaging your glute. If you want to have your left hand stabilized down on your mat, or if you want to be on your forearms, you can always adjust. We're going to take the right leg through a bend and stretch, and what you want to do is touch your mat right where your knee is literally under your hip, but don't let your shin relax, and then flex and stretch your right leg all the way back behind you like you're again moving through water. Breathe and tap the knee, exhale, stretch. And when I say tap, you want to feel where you touch your mat, yes, but don't fully weight down. Exhale. Increase the length through your upper body as you flex your right foot back. Stretch your torso forward, engage through your abs. Feel this work in your core. You should feel it right through the center, all the way through your waist. Exhale, reach for 2. It's crazy how just working balance with you creating your own natural resistance, you can work as hard as you want. Hold the stretch, keep the stretch, reach on out, and stay for 5, 4, lengthen your neck forward, 3, 2, 1. Take your knee down, take your arms forward, and stretch into child's pose. Full breath in and exhale. Try to let your body get as heavy as possible, and slowly soften and unravel one vertebrae at a time. Stretch on out. Find right away the same positioning. Knees stacked underneath your hips, arms engaged through your lats. From here, stretching your left leg all the way out. Find first the position of your leg and thigh, parallel, belly button, drawing up so that your abs to your obliques are engaged. If you want to extend your right arm all the way out to the side to give yourself a little bit more work in that stability challenge today, reach it out. Keeping your body as lengthened as possible, neck forward. You're engaging through that left lat. Your fingertips are wide on your mat. Breathe in, lower down. Touch the mat and exhale, flex out. Reach your thigh long, squeeze your glute, contract your abs and core by extending your neck even longer front, just by envisioning that space between your spine. Those little vertebral discs, create that stretch, decompress them by elongating in opposition. Inhale, touch. And again, this should be a ton of abs, but you want to include that glute, so really flex it as you stretch your left leg out. Stretch, 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 flex, push. Push that heel, activate, squeeze the glute. Deep breath in, last 2. Finish with one last one. Keep it slow and controlled. This is the magic. Finding your control, your precision. Hold the stretch. From here, feel a reach out through your toes, extend and stay. Eyes looking down. See if you can get more engagement by pushing your right shin down into your mat. Stay for 3, 2, and 1. Right arm down, left knee down. Stretch. Take a full breath in
Inhale again. On your exhale, unravel.
Coming all the way down onto your belly, bringing your feet into a frog position, heels together, knees apart. Take your hands right underneath your forehead, elbows wide. You want to stretch out your neck. You want to feel that your shoulders are pulled away from your ears. And from here, contract your glutes by not only pushing your heels into center, but by pressing your hip bones and pubic bone down. Slowly, smoothly, I want you to elevate your elbows and your palms off the mat a small, subtle inch. Make sure your elbows haven't collapsed. They're out on the side. You're going to keep your forehead lifted, keep squeezing, heels together, keep pushing your pubic bone down. Do not lift your neck or have any crook or crank. You want to stretch your arms out. Find a full Y shape. Breathe in. Now switch which hand was on top of the other and exhale. Hands on your forehead, elbows open up wider. Breathe in. Stretch out into a Y. Shoulders away from ears. And exhale. Deep breath in. Feel your upper back work as you extend out, lengthen, core engaged. Heels squeezing in. You're not trying to elevate your quads off the mat. You are trying to push your pubic bone down. Breathe in and exhale. Go for a last one here. Stretch on out. Bring your arms, palms over floor. Biceps aligning up next to temples. Stretch your legs out. From here, we're going to finish in swimming. Squeeze through your glutes. Elongate in tight swims. Like the 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stretch your neck out and try to bring the arms more next to your ears. Exhale, last set. Breathe in and exhale. Hold your entire body long. Stretch it like somebody's pulling your ankles and your wrists. Don't arch. And exhale, elbows slide directly underneath your shoulders. Pull your shoulders back. Bring your legs up and just give yourself a little windshield wipe from side to side. Just something that feels nice. You can also have your knees open into a reverse butterfly, feet together. What you want to make sure of though is that you're not letting your butt lift. You're still pushing your pubic bone down, pulling your chest through the shoulders, using your forearms to stabilize you. Try not to crunch your neck, but try to elevate your gaze to look longer away. Take an inhale and exhale, release. Smoothly bring your knees in and absolutely any way that works for you to come up and take a seat. We're gonna finish legs in a butterfly, feet together, open up to your knees. If it feels good to use your ground or hold your toes, just give your stretch. Lift up through your gaze, upper back lengthening, and exhale. Keep pressing your thighs down. Take one last breath, looking forward, and exhale, release. Thank you so much for joining me here in the studio space for this mat flow. You can be so efficient with mat Pilates, and I have to say that in working your form through these exercises, there's this integrity that the body develops that actually serves amazingly well when you do reformer classes, when you do reformat classes here on YouTube. If this is your first time here on Burn Pilates, welcome. Join us weekly and subscribe for classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday with choice that you can personalize and curate to your weekly Pilates practice. Have an awesome morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. If you have any comments, leave them for me in the comments section below. And guys, I'll see you at the next burn.